Well, tonight, the widow of a man who died after a boat capsized on the Outer Banks is sharing her story. Her late husband died over the weekend as he was on his way to Florida. She calls it the worst day of her life. Derek Lytle spoke with her and joins us now in the studio with more on how the loss of her husband is being felt by many.
Yeah, Dana, Frank Hennigan's wife, Mary, says his love for the sea, people, and his family stretched far. And she says she spoke to him just 30 minutes before his death, and his loss brings an unbearable pain. Last Saturday, Frank Hennigan transporting a boat from New Jersey to Florida with one other person on board when they made the decision to head through the Oregon Inlet in the Outer Banks to make repairs in North Carolina. The boat capsized in the inlet, and the U.S. Coast Guard rescued the other man on board. He was treated at a local hospital, but Hennigan died at sea.
It was the worst day of my life. It's the hardest thing I've ever heard. I keep thinking I'm just going to wake up from the nightmare.
She says she spoke with the other man on board after for clarity on her husband's final moments.
It was helpful to talk to him and just know how my husband's last minutes were.
The loss and extreme pain for his two daughters and one son, all under the age of 13, including his son Fisher.
It's always been their thing together, and you know, he always wanted to be just like his daddy.
Named after their favorite hobby together, she hopes they will be able to move through this tragedy.
And Frank has some really wonderful friends that are really kind of stepping in and making sure that Fisher will always kind of be able to have that love of fishing.
His love for family, also community. Hennigan's good friend Phil says there wasn't a person he didn't like.
There's dozens of stories I could tell, but for the most part, it was wherever he was, there was a good time going on around him.
A light, his wife says, was rare.
Really had a way of making everyone feel like they were his best friend. And they said he called me every day and checked in with me if I was going through a hard time or if I was struggling with something. He would always call me and check in and see how I was doing, and he made that time.
A man who was experienced at sea, always sending her a picture, now a final one to remember him by.
Every single time he would go, he would send me a picture of the sunrise. So that was kind of the last text message that he sent me.
Now, community up and down the East Coast has raised more than $110,000 for Frank's family. His wife tells me they're grateful to have people to lean through on this loss. Derek Lytle, 13 News Now.